Last week we talked about the in-between, and it was that gap between who you were and who you're becoming and how disorienting it is to live there. Today I want to talk about something specific that happens in that gap. Something that trips up almost everyone who tries to reinvent themselves, and honestly nobody really talks about. You get momentum, something starts working, you feel it, and then without fully understanding why, you pull back, right? You hesitate, you get busy with something that doesn't really matter, and then you talk yourself out of the next step. Then you go quiet right when things were starting to move, and then you spend the next week telling yourself you just need to get motivated again, right? That you just need to get back in the right headspace, and that if you could just get yourself together, you'd keep going. Honestly, I think part of what's underneath that isn't even about motivation. It really isn't. It's that some part of you is scared that if it actually works this time, you won't be able to keep going. That you'll get there and then you'll lose it again. Well, here's what I want to tell you today. It is not a motivation problem. It's not a discipline problem. It is not a character flaw. Your brain is doing exactly what it's built to do. Once you understand what that actually is, you stop fighting yourself and you start working with yourself instead. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why this keeps happening. And you're going to have a completely different way of responding to it the next time it does. If we haven't met yet, I'm Maya. I go by Goodwin, and I make videos for women in their 50s, late 40s too, 50s, 60s and beyond, who are in the middle of reinventing themselves and need someone to just be real about what that actually looks like. I am not teaching this from a finish line by any means. I'm in it with you. I'm in it. Let's get to today's video. Here's something that changed how I think about this entirely. Your brain was not built for your happiness. It was not built for our success, our growth, or our reinvention. The brain is built for one thing. It's to keep you safe, keeping you alive, keeping you in situations it can predict, right? Not as a physical threat necessarily, an emotional one, a psychological one. Anything that feels like, I don't know exactly what's happening next here, your brain registers as something to be cautious about, which means that every time you start moving toward a new version of yourself, your brain is running a quiet background program. Like, it's saying, this is unfamiliar. Unfamiliar is unpredictable. Unpredictable potentially is dangerous. That's how it works. That program, it isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. It just shows up as hesitation, as suddenly being very busy, as deciding now it isn't the right time, as finding 17 reasons why the next step isn't quite ready yet. I felt this way when I started this channel. Every single time something started to seem like it was working, a video would do better or someone would respond and something would click, I would find myself pulling back. I would give myself a reason. And for a long time, I couldn't figure out why. And I thought something was wrong with me. Nothing was wrong with me. It's not you being weak. It's your brain doing its job. The problem is its job description is 30,000 years out of date. Your brain isn't rooting for your reinvention. It's rooting for your survival. Those are not the same thing. I want to reframe something because I think the phrase comfort zone has done us a disservice. We think of the comfort zone as a place that feels good, a place we stay because it's pleasant and it's safe and easy. But that's not actually what it is. The comfort zone is just the zone of the known. It's the range of experiences your brain has enough data on to feel like it can predict what happens next. And here's the part that gets really interesting. Your brain, it would rather have a known negative than an unknown positive, which is insane. Again, your brain, our brains, will choose a situation we know is hard, so wrong, is making us miserable, over a situation that might be better, but that we can't fully predict yet. That's why we stay in the job that's draining us. That's why we go back to patterns that we know don't serve us. That's why reinvention feels like swimming upstream, even when we genuinely, desperately want to change. There was a moment a few weeks ago where I almost wanted to just shut this whole channel down. And there was this feeling where the channel was starting to feel like I had a little bit more clarity. It felt like some things were starting to click. It felt like something. And known discomfort it actually felt safer than known possibilities. My brain, it wasn't trying to sabotage me. It was trying to get me back to the zone it could predict. And it's not that we don't want better, it's that our brain is doing a constant calculation. Known discomfort versus unknown possibility. And it keeps choosing known. It just does. Understanding that, it kind of changes everything, because now instead of asking, well, why can't I just push through this? You start asking, what would make the new version of my life feel less unpredictable to my brain? And that's a completely different question. And it has a completely different answer. If this is giving you a different way of thinking about why change feels so hard, hit the like on this video. I genuinely want to help other women that are in the same place, and this helps them find it. And also subscribe, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. It really helps me out. Thank you. So here's what I want you to really hear. This experience, this pullback to the familiar, is not unique to you. It happens to everyone who tries to change something real about their life. But it's significantly stronger when you're in your 50s, 60s, and beyond. And not for the reason most people assume. It's not because that we're set in our ways. I've heard that before. And we're just this character flaw that we can't change. But it's because we have more history. Here's what I want you to do. Instead of getting frustrated with yourself, name it. Just say it out loud or in your head. My brain is doing the thing. This is the pullback. This is what brains do. That's it. Because naming it, it'll stop feeling like a character flaw and start feeling like just part of the process. And processes can be worked with. Character flaws, they feel permanent. You can also ask yourself, well, what is the smallest possible next step? Not the right step to take right now, not the step that proves that you're serious, just the smallest one. The one that feels almost too small to bother with, but you're gonna do it anyway. Do that one. And then you'll notice that the world didn't fall apart, nothing catastrophic happened. That's the data that your brain needs. That is what's going to start the shift to actually happen. And that's how the new version of yourself starts to feel less like a threat and more like home to your brain. Next week, we're gonna talk about what this actually looks like in behavior. Because understanding why you pull back is one thing. Seeing it clearly in your own patterns, the specific ways it shows up in your daily decisions, like your money, your work, your relationships. That's where it gets really useful. Because what I've learned is that once you can see the pattern clearly, it loses its power over you. I'll see you next time.